right, welcome everybody to the Wimbledon final, and maybe not the final that we predicted. I think that maybe we would have thought there would have been different names here, but Swiatek, who obviously has been in Grand Slam finals before, is taking on Anisimova, who I guess we expected to make Grand Slam finals eventually, so here it is. So very interesting final, and should be a very good final because Swiatek trying to win her sixth slam, Anisimova trying to win her first slam. Americans have been dominating. By the way, fourth different American in the final of the Grand Slam in the last four slams. We had Pegula in the US, we had Keys in the Australian Open, Gauff in the French, and then Anisimova here. So American tennis is going crazy. And then you had, obviously, Fritz in the semis here. So it's been a crazy week, a crazy year for American tennis. And Swiatek hasn't won a title in over a year, has made two finals in a row now, both on grass for the first time ever. Trying to become one of those junior main draw champions because she won the juniors back in the day. And it's going to be interesting. Never played before these two. It's a first time meeting. Well, never played on the WTA. They did play in the juniors, which is funny because I don't know, one of you pointed it out in the preview that apparently, and I checked this again, I double checked this because I wasn't sure. The ITF website has it wrong, has that Anisimova beat Swiatek in the Billie Jean King Cup back in 2016. But I went and watched because there's a video on it of it, and I saw that Swiatek actually won in that match. So they got a little bit confused there. But so they did play, and Swiatek won, but it was on clay. So I don't know how relevant that will be, especially that considering that was 9 years ago. So yeah. But how are we, chat? What's going on? Are we ready for the final of Wimbledon? Three of them have beaten Sabalenka in the slams. Yeah, true. Yep. They've all played Sabalenka. Let's go Amanda. Let's go America. Nice. Alcaraz and Anisimova. Got to save tennis from dopers. Wow, we've just got started. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I don't know what are you talking about. Swiatek winning Wimbledon before the Australian Open, Cam. Yeah, I know. I didn't expect that. I thought Wimbledon would be the hardest one for her to win, but the draw opened up. You know, the draw opened up nicely, and sometimes, you know, just like Federer in 09, when he won the French, sometimes, you know, things happen, and you got to take advantage of those things in the draw. So Swiatek, you know, could have played Sabalenka quite easily in this final. She had a possibility of playing against, you know, Coco or even Raducanu. Remember, she was one match away from Raducanu coming up and playing in the fourth round, but that didn't happen. So a fortunate bit of luck. And to be honest, I know if she does win this and anyone says that Swiatek was lucky, she has been given so many tough draws in the last couple of years. And besides the one on the French Open, she has very much been given the terrible draw where she has to play these killers in the first rounds and the second round. So it's nice that she actually gets a little bit of, you know, a break from having to play every single tough player that she could face. So it's nice to see that she gets a nicer run. Not that this is easy. This match is not easy at all. And she's had to play some tough matches like against Collins, and even Towson was a tough one as well. And Bencic rematch from 2 years ago. But it's good that she didn't get, she didn't have to play all the killers like she's had to play in previous tournaments. Especially the last 12 months. It feels like the last 12 months, Swiatek's just getting the worst draw ever every time. But it opened up, and let's see if she can take advantage of that. If she can get through Anisimova, that would be a hell of an effort. Now, let's talk about some statistics, because I have some statistics. So, Anisimova is only the second player to reach a women's single final at a Grand Slam after losing in qualifying the previous year, which was the same as what Bianca Andreescu did back in 2019 US Open. So last year, Anisimova, let me have a look. Who did she lose to in the qualies last year? Last year, Anisimova lost in the qualies of Wimbledon to, and I think that was a big deal if I can remember correctly, because everyone's like, why is she playing qualies? It's crazy. She lost in the qualies to Eva Lees. In the third round of qualies, she was unseeded. She took out Baptiste and then lost to Lees in the final round of qualies. And 12 months later was in the final. And she didn't get a lucky loser. There were lucky losers given out, but she was unseeded, so she didn't get one. There was 3 lucky losers awarded to Danilovic, Andreeva, Erika Andreeva, and Zarazua. So, yeah, this time last year, she wasn't even here. So 12 months ago, totally in the qualies. It was a qualifying loser, and now she's in the final. It's crazy. Anisimova has also become the third American in the Open era to reach her maiden Grand Slam final at Wimbledon. So her first ever Grand Slam final at Wimbledon. Only 2 other players have done that in the Open era from America. 1, Billie Jean King, and 2 was Zina Garrison. So it's been 35 years since an American has made their first Grand Slam final at Wimbledon. So that's again, American tennis is. There's a lot of American history in tennis, but Anisimova is getting her name put into that history as well. Anisimova should win this. I mean, with the game style, you'd say that her game matches up on this surface against Swiatek. I think that would be, definitely it should be an advantage for her with the game, right? But not with, I don't think with her, the experience level is well and truly in favor of Swiatek. Some people said that Swiatek was going to skip Wimbledon. Yeah, I remember that. There was a rumor going around that Swiatek was going to skip Wimby. 1 second, chat. Come on. All right. Players should be out on court in about 10 minutes or so. AJ.
Hello, new here. Best of luck of the players and to your channel.
Hey, thank you, AJ, for the $9. Appreciate that. All right, some more stats. Anisimova has won 5 matches against top 10 players this year, which is more than any other season she's ever had. So she's already won 5 matches against top 10 players. Trying to make it 6, so she's already created her own record there. She'll be in the top 10 if she does win or lose this match as well. So first top 10 debut for Anisimova on Monday. With a late start, I hope the 6 p.m. shadow doesn't play a role in the deciding match. Yeah, I know, right? The shadows have been really awkward the last couple of days. Well, the whole tournament, really. Now, Swiatek is the second Polish woman to make the final of Wimbledon. Radwanska did it back in 2012. Swiatek also, if she does win today, would have won 100 matches at Grand Slam. So by winning Wimbledon, 100 match wins at Grand Slam level, which is the fastest player since Serena back in 2004 to reach 100 wins in her career. So she will rewrite the history of Serena, which so many players are trying to do. Also, the youngest player to reach 6 Grand Slam finals since Justine Henin in 2006, when she made the Australian Open final, and is the only active player to make the 3 different surfaces Grand Slam surface finals of Grand Slams on 3 different surfaces. Does that make sense? Probably not. So yeah, so Swiatek, again, we talked about this at the end of the last match that she played, that Swiatek is definitely she needs more credit for what if she wins today, she's one away from a career slam, which is always a big deal. But she's also won 6 Grand Slams, which is not nothing. I mean, 6 slams is more than any other active player. And I mean, like, real super active, I know Venus has won more, but the players that we see week in, week out, she's won more slams than any of those. She's already won more slams than Osaka, which at the time when she won 4, we were thinking, whoa, that's crazy. So she's about to win, like, if she wins 6. That's a crazy number, even though we're used to seeing, 20 plus, right? 6 is huge. And she's also, 23? Double digits is definitely on the horizon if she can keep it going. The latest start did work well for the doubles. Good crowd for the final, okay. Swiatek Grand Slam, French Open several times. Yeah, she got US Open, 4 French Opens, and then if she wins this, she'll get a Wimbledon. And she's been in the Australian Open semis twice, and the last time she had a match point. So you would think the Australian Open could be on her radar as well. I mean, she's come close to making that final. I think they switched the order of play. Men's doubles going first. Back in the day, it was breakfast at Wimbledon, now brunch. Okay. So there you go. I don't know what the men's final is doing, so they might have a delay because of that. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're telling me? The men's doubles final might be pushing the women's final late. Is that what you're saying? Or did the men's doubles final finish? What are you trying to? Chad, what are you telling me? Is the men's doubles final done, or are they delaying the men's final? Wait, why would they delay the men's final tomorrow? Oh, the doubles finals finished an hour ago. Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, the doubles is finished, so we don't have to worry about. We're going to start on time. Yeah, it was always supposed to start at 4 p.m. Yeah, I thought somebody was saying that the doubles was still going and this could be pushed back. But that's good. Men's doubles final is or whatever was going on is done. So the women's doubles final will be tomorrow. The men's doubles final finished today with Glasspool and Cash. Cool British celebration, getting the Wimbledon title. They must have changed the Wimbledon final to being only best of 3 because it was 2 sets win, which is a bit of a shame. I kind of wish they did the 5-set finals for the doubles, but I guess whatever. Mixed doubles, that went to Verbeek and Siniakova. And then the women's doubles finals tomorrow before the men's final, I'm pretty sure. Between, Penko's in that final. So, yeah. I have no idea what's going on with the juniors. Apparently it's the number 6 versus an unseeded player in the girls. And in the boys, it's number 6 seed versus a qualifier. There you go. There you go. First time a UK team has won in 80 years at Wimbledon. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is a crazy stat. Both finals used to start at 2 p.m. previously. Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. Okay. Players should be coming out on court any minute. Let's go through some more stats while we wait. So, let's talk about what happens if player 1 or player 2 gets the win, because that's a big deal. So, if Anisimova wins the title, this is what she is. This is what she has on the line. She will already be making her top 10 debut, but if she does win the title, she'll be number 5 in the world. If she loses, she'll be number 7. So either way, top 10 debut for her. Just depends on where. She would be the second woman in a Grand Slam to win as the number 13 seed. The last player to do that as the number 13 seed was Maria Sharapova in 2004. Won Wimbledon, number 13 seed. So 13, a lucky number for some. As it would be her first final of a Grand Slam, Anisimova could become the third player during the last decade to win her first slam at Wimbledon, with Raducanu and Vondrousova doing the same. So trying to join those two. And we know Wimbledon's like the random slam at this stage. It's weird, but it is. She'd be the first American woman to win the title since in her first attempt, win her first Grand Slam title at Wimbledon, as in her first Grand Slam was the Wimbledon title, since Venus did it back in 2000. So it's 25 years since then. And also trying to become the first American to win the women's singles title since Serena in 2016, and the youngest since Serena did it back in 2003. So again, trying to rewrite some Serena history. Now, if Swiatek wins this title, she would go up to number 3 in the world, which is just behind Gauff. So the 3 Grand Slam holders, except for Keys, 3 of the 4 will be in the top 3, which makes sense. If she loses, she'll be number 4. So if she loses, she stays behind Pegula. She'd become the 3rd woman to win a Grand Slam title as the number 8 seed, which Barty did in 2019 and Kvitova did back in 2011 here. So, trying to win as the number 8. It's weird saying Swiatek is number 8 because she was number 8 for like a week. But it was the week that the seeds got locked. So she'd also become the first Polish player to win Wimbledon in the Open era, which you could guess that. I guess you could have guessed that. Would become the youngest player since Serena in 2002 to win titles on 3 different surfaces. So again, rewriting Serena history. Would also become the 3rd player in the Open era to win her first 6 Slam finals after Margaret Court and Monica Seles. So that's something that will be talked about a lot because she's undefeated in finals, kind of like what Alcaraz is tomorrow. 6 finals, first 6 finals, you win all of them. She would join Monica Seles and Margaret Court as those other players that have done that in the Open. Is it in the Open era? Yeah, Open era. Let me have a look at what. Let me have a look at what the record is in the Open era. It must not be too much further than that, right? So Margaret Court was 6 in a row. So was Monica Seles. So Margaret Court, she won. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I think did she lose the 2000 No, she didn't lose that final. So she won her first 8 finals in a row, and then lost her 9th final in the Wimbledon 1971 Wimbledon. So she won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row. So 8 finals. And remember Open era because Margaret Court did win before that, but the Open era started in 1968. From then, Margaret Court won 8 in a row, her first 8. And Monica Seles, she won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then lost her 7th to Steffi at the French Open. The Wimbledon title in 1992. So her record is 6. So she would, if Swiatek does win this, she'll equal that record. But Margaret Court has the ultimate record, if I did my math correctly. What's the men's record? I think it's Federer, isn't it? Federer with like 6 or 7, something like that. So yeah, I think it's Roger. Also, the Princess of Wales is going to give out the trophy, and I think Simona Halep's there as well. So from what I could tell. All right, here we go, chat. The players are on the court. And they're going crazy. I think somebody just walked into the royal box, so they went nuts. Oh no, there's a lady a girl who's walked out to flip the coin. All right, here we go, chat. Who's going to win the toss? Let me know in the chat. Who you got? Who you got? Who you got, chat? Who's going to win the toss? It's a 50-50. I mean, maybe. Depends who you ask. Here we go. Anisimova won the toss and elected to serve. Did anybody win? Who won? Who won? Anybody win? Anisimova's going to serve. As she won the toss and said, I'll serve. I'll serve first on this hot day. With my big serve, I can get off to a good start, settle the nerves, if any there are any nerves. So let's see. All right, players getting photos. And here we go. Here we go. Hey, thank you, Kyung, for the 10 gifted. Appreciate that. And thank you, ISAW, for becoming a member for another 18 for the 18th month. Appreciate that as well. All right. They're warming up. And then we'll get ready to go. Demario,
Quick shout-out for another Polish player. Alan Wisely won Wimbledon junior double title with his partner Oskar Poldanis.
Nice.
Congrats, Alan.
Nice. Good day for Polish tennis. There's a lady in the royal box with the full brown hair. Australian champ Gulagong. I don't know. I didn't see who was in the royal box, so let me check. I didn't see who was in the royal box. When did they show the royal box? Billie Jean King's there, sitting next to the Princess of Wales. As far as I can tell. Did they even show the royal box? I have no idea. I got no idea. Probably is, though. Who will be the winner in tomorrow's game? I don't know. But we'll watch it and we'll find out all at the same time. Do you think Anisimova might be the favorite as she has a big serve and beat Sabalenka? Let me have a look. I don't think she's the favorite. I think Swiatek's the favorite. I think Swiatek's the favorite. Yeah, Swiatek is the favorite. Alcaraz Sinner are 50-50. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, Swiatek's the favorite. Swiatek is the favorite. Pretty easy favorite too. Maybe it's because of her Grand Slam record, I think. Why is Sabalenka still number one? Because she won the US Open, she made the Australian Open and French Open finals. She also won a bunch of titles on the 1,000 level. So that's why she's still number one. Like, Sabalenka has a lot of points from everywhere. Like, she's made 2 finals of slams and won one of them, and she's got, what is it? She's got Cincinnati. She's got Miami. She won Madrid, I think. I think she won one of the Asian swing tournaments, maybe Wuhan. Made the semifinals of the WTA finals. I mean, she's got so many points. Yeah, Sabalenka just, she was dominating for the last 12 months. So even though she didn't make the final here, and even here, she didn't play this last year, so making the semis will add another 700 points to her total. You know, so she's like whoosh, so far away from everybody. No one comes close to Sabalenka at the moment. Wuhan too soon? It's a tournament. It's a tennis tournament. What are you talking about, Wuhan? You're stuck in 2022. We got over Wuhan in 23. Sabalenka being number one and not winning a slam. She literally won the US Open last year. That's not. So the way the rankings work is it goes on a 12-month cycle. So in the last 12 months, Sabalenka won the US Open. That's why her ranking is number one. So she has won a slam. That's contributed to her number one ranking. So 0 slams this year? Yeah, but that's not how the rankings work. That's not how the rankings work. It's based on a 12-month, 52-week rolling rankings. And in the last 52 weeks, she won the US Open. It's embarrassing. All right, you just hate Sabalenka. Okay, so let's not stop talking. All right. Anisimova's going to serve. Who you got winning this chat? I've got Swiatek in 3. I think she'll just be a little more composed and a little less nervous when it matters. So I'm going to go Swiatek in 3. But I have a feeling we could have an epic. This could be the epic that we always want in these finals. Anisimova to serve. Why not begin? When will it start? Now. Serve down the tee, the backhand of Swiatek, and then Anisimova hits it wide. It's love 15. Love 15. By the way, even if you just go off 2025, I think Sabalenka still has the most points from anybody this year, right? She's winning the race to the finals too. I mean, she's the only player. She's 2,000 points ahead of Swiatek this year. If we're basing it just on 2025 results, so like she's qualified for the WTA finals already. Love 30, by the way. I mean, respect Sabalenka. There's a bit of serve. There's a fault second serve. Second serve. As a return goes the forehand of Anisimova. She hits it in the net. Love 40. Remember, chat, this is Anisimova's first ever time in a Grand Slam final. There's a whole different lead into this tournament. And this match, totally different. And then Wimbledon's like on top of that. Totally different. So she's going to be nervous. As she serves the fault. Second serve. Is this best of 5? I wish. That'd be great. But no, it's not. Second serve into the backhand of Swiatek. Into the backhand of Anisimova. Swiatek backhand. Getting the backhand of Anisimova to the forehand of Swiatek. Anisimova forehand down the line's a winner. 15-40. Great shot. All right. First point of the final for Anisimova. 15-40. Serve again. There's a fault second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand from Anisimova goes wide. Swiatek breaks. First game of the match. All right. Okay. One zero Swiatek. Break to start the match. Already starting off bad. Depends who you follow. Okay. Swiatek breaks. First game. But let's see how Swiatek serves. Let's see how she serves. Remember, Swiatek's never lost a Grand Slam final. In fact, her finals record in general is ridiculous. I think she's like 22-5 or something in finals of tournaments, which is crazy. 22 wins, 5 losses in finals. As with a 4-4 rally, now Swiatek to the backhand and Anisimova in the net. So Swiatek lost her first final, which was back in 2019 on the clay courts of Switzerland. Then went on a run for a best year of 2 years, and then she lost in the final of Ostrava to Krejcikova. She lost in the final of Dubai to Krejcikova. She lost a Sabalenka final in Madrid 2 years ago, and then she lost bad on Berg before this tournament to Pegula. So, I mean, besides Herzog in the first ever final, she's only lost to Krejcikova, Sabalenka, and Pegula. So Anisimova trying to become the fifth player to beat Swiatek in a final, and the first ever to do it in a Grand Slam final. 30 love. Some of the players that Swiatek's beaten in finals: Sofia Kenin, French Open 2020, Belinda Bencic, Pliskova, Kontaveit, Sakkari, Osaka, Jabeur, Gauff, Sabalenka in a final. She's beaten Pegula in finals. She's beaten Raducanu in a final. before. She's beaten Paolini in a final before. So a lot of big name final victories. 30 love. Serving to the forehand of Anisimova. Return goes back into Swiatek. Anisimova backhand down the line. Goes long. It's 40 love. Anisimova giving out all the free points to start this match. 40 love. 4 errors already from Anisimova. All right, Swiatek for a 2-love lead. So to the back of Anisimova. Forehand Swiatek. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Swiatek forehand in the net. 40-15. 40-15. Serve again. Back in Anisimova. And the return goes out. It's 2-love. Swiatek. Great start for Iga. Drop my pen. All right. Anisimova to serve. 2-love Swiatek. Anisimova serves a fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand Swiatek. Return goes long. 15 love. Swiatek said something about listening to the ball. As in like hearing the ball come off the strings. That's a thing. That's totally a thing. Hands with a fault. Second serve. Second serve. His return. Nope, that's a let. By the way, if you bet on this match and you're going to come in here and complain, just don't do that. Keep it to yourself. 15-all. Because 1, it's not anyone else's problem. You made the bet. And 2, it's just really annoying to read. So if you are betting on this match, that's fine. But just don't come to the chat and use it as like get sympathy or something. Yeah. We're not here to comfort you for your loss of money. That's you made that choice. 30-15. So please don't be in here and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I bet on this match and oh my God, all this shit's happening. It's like, yeah, that's tennis. Things happen. Feel free to do what you want, but just please don't complain in the chat. 30-15. As the backhand return goes into the backhand of Anisimova, Swiatek backhand goes wide, and it's 40-15. All right, 40-15. Anisimova getting the board. As we default, second serve. Princess Kate's there, yep. Princess Kate is there. Serve again. To the forehand, Swiatek. Anisimova goes down the middle. Swiatek hits a backhand inside out for a winner. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. 40-30. All right. 40-30. As we get a fault from Anisimova. Second serve. Second serve. And the return goes in front of Anisimova. Hits it in the net. We get the deuce. Okay. Chance for Swiatek with a double break. We get a fault. Second serve. Second serve. The forehand Swiatek return the net. Advantage Anisimova. AJ.
Shout out to all tennis lovers here, spreading positive vibes and kindness from the Philippines.
Hey, shout out to the Philippines. Thank you for the donation. All right, advantage Anisimova. There's a fault from Anisimova. Second serve. Who's the picture of on your coffee cup? I think it's Agassi, isn't it? Isn't that Andre? It's the old ATP logo. Good return. I think it's Andre. Or maybe it's Pete. No, it's Pete. It's Pete Sampras. This is like the ATP logo of the 90s. I think it's Pete. I think it's Pete. I think it is Pete. The way that he's standing, it's Pete. First serve is a fault. Second serve. I'm pretty sure it's Pete. As with a second serve in the backhand of Swiatek. Forehand from Anisimova. Swiatek backhand in the net. And it's advantage Anisimova. All right. Anisimova, second serve. Forehand goes into the backhand of Anisimova. Backhand on the stretch now goes in the net from Anisimova, and it's back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. As with a forehand and backhand rally, another forehand from Swiatek goes the forehand of Anisimova, who hits it wide. Advantage Swiatek for the double break. Amanda will win this if she will have confidence like it was versus Sabalenka. Yeah, but she was holding serving in Sabalenka. That was a big difference. She is struggling to start this final. First serve is a fault, second serve. Double fault, there's the break. Double break, 3-love. Swiatek with a great start. All right. Three, 0, Swiatek. All right. Is Amanda nervous? For sure. For sure. I'm really not worried. Tennis is a long match. Yeah. I mean, if you've watched any sort of tennis in ever, you'll know that this isn't over yet. All right, Billie Jean King in the house. All right. Swiatek with a break. Let's see. With a double break, I should say. Let's see how she goes here. Swiatek serves. Anisimova hits a backhand into the back of Swiatek to the back of Anisimova, who hits an inside-out winner. Great shot. Love 15. Love 15. Now, Chad, I'm going to give you a stat, and if you're an Anisimova fan, you should probably look away. Look away! Look away. So Swiatek, when she wins the first set in a Grand Slam match, she has won 89 matches and lost 8. Now, she did lose to Madison Keys after winning the first set in Australia earlier in the year, and she also won the first set last year against Putintseva at Wimbledon and lost the match in 3. So there's some hope as that goes out by Swiatek and it's 15-30. Also, Noskova, Ostapenko, Halep, Kontaveit, and Sevastova have all beaten Swiatek at a Grand Slam from a set down. So it's not impossible. It's just that it doesn't happen very often. So this first set for Anisimova isn't crucial. But for Swiatek, I mean, if she does win it, obviously it's great. But she wins more than she loses. But we've seen many times that the first set could be a 6-love, and it could be a 6-love the other way in the second. So I wouldn't be checking out just yet. Anisimova, at Grand Slam level, when she loses the first set, she's come back 6 times to win, including Wimbledon last year, where she came back against Baptiste in the qualies and won. She also came back against Coco Gauff after losing the first set in 2022 at Wimbledon. So a couple of, especially Gauff, coming back against Gauff was a huge result in 22. As Anisimova in the net, 40-30. Also came back against Naomi Osaka in Australia in 2022 after losing the first set. By the way, Conchita Martinez in the house, and the bald guy that's in movies like I don't know what movies what's he in? Stanley Tucci? Is that his name? Anyways, Martina Navratilova there too. 40-30. Return goes into the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand from Anisimova in the net, and it's 4-love. 4-love Swiatek. 4-love to Swiatek. Joey.
Watching from Romblon, Philippines, watching you stream tennis matches is licky watching the match for real.
Thank you.
It enhances our imagination.
I'm glad. Thank you for the donation and the nice words. Appreciate it. 4-love. Stanley Tucci. Is that his name? Tucci. That was close. 4-love. As Anisimova serves again. Double fault. Love 15. Love 15. As Anisimova serves again. To the backhand Swiatek. Anisimova backhand into the forehand Swiatek. As Anisimova goes down the line, but it's wide. It's love 30. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. As Anisimova serves again. Into the forehand, Swiatek. Return goes forehand of Anisimova, but she overhits it. Love 40. Swiatek for the 5-love lead. And what a lead that's going to be in the final of Wimbledon. And Anisimova just hasn't settled. Just hasn't settled yet. Swiatek usually has a slow start, but this has been perfect for her. Now, we do know Swiatek has played a bunch of Grand Slam finals, and I'll tell you what results there were in those finals. Because she's played 5 finals and she's won them all. And a lot of them have been, she's gotten off to a good start, really good start. As we return now to the forehand of Anisimova, that goes off the tape into the slice of Swiatek. Anisimova sliced down the line. Into the back of Swiatek. That's a winner, and Swiatek is open the bakery of the Wimbledon final. All right, 5-love. So, final French Open. First time she ever made a final of a Grand Slam. She won 6-4, 6-1. Her second Grand Slam final was 6-1, 6-3. That was against Coco. Hey, it's Martina Hingis. Then her third Grand Slam final was against Mukova. She won the first set 6-2. Her fourth final at Grand Slams was 6-2 Paolini first set. And against Jabeur at the US Open, she won 6-2 in the first set as well. So she does have a habit of dominating the first set of a final. And then she goes on to win the final. She doesn't lose. So the only player ever to be competitive against her in a final of a Grand Slam was Kenin when Swiatek was in her first ever Grand Slam final. And remember, Kenin that year had also won the Australian Open. So Sofia Kenin in 2020 was a massive deal. And Swiatek was unheard of. So a 6-love, a 6-1, a 6-2 is not unheard of for Swiatek in the first set of a match. Second set, though, she's gone on to win either 6-3, 6-1, 7-6, or lose the set 5-7. So Swiatek in the second set is not as good as she does when she starts a final of a Grand Slam. When she starts a final, she does this. Consistently does this. Never lost the first set of a Grand Slam final. So Anisimova needs to lock into the second set because there will be opportunities. She will get chances in the second set. Probably. Maybe. I mean, hopefully for the sake of the match. Hey, thank you Anonymous for the $7. Appreciate it. Swiatek 15-love. $15-love. I was at Wimbledon on the semi-final day. We were just behind the royal box. Nice. So you're sitting with Leo. As the return goes into the forehand of Swiatek, but Anisimova hit it long. 30-love. 30-love. Swiatek has won 9 of the last 10 points. 30-love. Serve again for Swiatek. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve in the forehand of Anisimova. Return the forehand of Swiatek. Anisimova forehand down the line, and Swiatek slices it back. And then Anisimova comes to the net. No, she doesn't. She head back. Okay. Drop shot. Now Swiatek coming to the net with a slice. Anisimova volleys it. Swiatek volley. Anisimova puts up a lob. But it goes long. Good hands by Swiatek, and it's 40-love. Set points for Swiatek. All right, 40-love. To take the first set. 25 minutes. Swiatek serves. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Return the back to Swiatek. Anisimova forehand cross court. Is wide. There it is. First set. 6-love. Iga Swiatek does these things. 6-0, first set. Hey, thank you for the donation, appreciate it. Okay. First set in the bag for Iga Swiatek. Now, Anisimova serving first in the second. That's a good thing. But also, like I said, Swiatek does give opportunities in the second set of Grand Slam finals, as I've just told you all the results before. So, first thing she's got to do is win the first game of this next set. And then, maybe then she can build momentum. Anisimova had a terrible first set. 3 winners, 14 errors. Swiatek only hit 2 winners and 2 errors. So Swiatek was just serving well. Anisimova played terrible. That was all of that was Anisimova's level. Swiatek was playing well. She was serving good. But Anisimova, that was her, and that's a good thing, because then she can change it, right? Whereas if Swiatek was dominating and Anisimova could do nothing, then that's harder to try and change. Does that make sense? Like, if Swiatek was playing amazing and hit like 20 winners and no errors, you got to wait for her to stop. But Anisimova played terrible, so it's in her hands to change that. She can change that to make it more competitive in the second. Aryna would have made a better game. Well, she lost, so what can I tell you? All right. First things first, though. Anisimova has to win this game. This is the most important game of the match for her. She has to win this game. She has to win this game. Because Swiatek won't get nervous. I mean, I was going to say, unless Swiatek gets nervous, but that doesn't happen. Anisimova serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Anisimova, Swiatek backhand into the forehand of Anisimova. Swiatek backhand into the backhand of Anisimova. To the backhand of Swiatek. Anisimova backhand on the stretch. Swiatek backhand down the line. Anisimova gets it back. Swiatek backhand cross court. Anisimova gets it, but hits in the net. That was just great from Swiatek that time. Love 15. It'll be a miracle if she wins this set, Anisimova. Have you ever watched WTA? The first set can be 6-love, and the next set can be also love 6. All right. Serve to the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand from Anisimova goes long, and it's love 30. But the only scary part is now that Anisimova is... Well, she's playing someone who's now got the lead. I love 30. As we just serve into the net from Anisimova. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Swiatek. Return into the forehand of Anisimova. Swiatek forehand of the net. Ooh. Okay. 15-40. 15-40. Sorry, 15-30. 15-30. And the crowd are trying to give Anisimova some encouragement. All right. And a nice drop shot there from Anisimova. 30-all. And the crowd love that. But who's in the royal box? Let me check. It's a great drop shot winner. Muguruza's in the box. All right. Swiatek looking at another second serve. As we return now to the forehand of Anisimova, she overhits it. 30-40. Anisimova's starting to get frustrated. 30-40. And Anisimova's missing a lot of first serves as well, so she's not getting any free points from her serve either. Serve again. Into the forehand of Swiatek. Return goes to the forehand of Anisimova. Swiatek forehand. Again to the forehand of Anisimova. Swiatek with another forehand. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Swiatek hits a backhand down the line. Anisimova gets there with a forehand cross. Swiatek goes again to the forehand of Anisimova. Hits it wide, and there's the break. Anisimova smacks the ball at the back of the court. One love Swiatek in the second. This kind of feels like Coco Gauff's first final at the French, when Swiatek was just dominant in that one back in, what was it, 22? Remember that final chat when we knew that Swiatek knew how to beat Coco, but it was over in about an hour, and it was just not really. I mean, Gauff couldn't compete that day against Swiatek. Swiatek was just on another level. It has that kind of vibe that maybe the moment's just a little too much. And Swiatek's been here before and looks super relaxed and totally knows what to do. But the good thing for Anisimova, I guess, is, I mean, if she gets to another one, at least she'll have some. I mean, it can't be. It'll get better. It'll only get better, right? Unless she comes back and wins in spectacular fashion. All right, Swiatek with a set and a break. All right, Swiatek serves. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. As the return goes in the back of Swiatek, 4 now from Anisimova. Goes long. And it's 15 love. Love. As the return goes into the back, and Swiatek, who hits a winner. 30 love. All right, 30 love. Remember, these two have never played on the WTA before either, which we're starting to see as a big issue. Swiatek double faults. All right. 30-15. 30-15. As a return, goes the back of Swiatek, 4 now from Anisimova. The back of Swiatek is Anisimova forehand. Inside out winner, 30 all. Okay. 30 all. And Anisimova with a little shake of the fist. 30 all. Serve again from Swiatek. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Return goes in the forehand of Swiatek. Anisimova backhand on the stretch. Goes wide. That's a tough one. 40-30. There was an opportunity there for Anisimova. If she had hit that for a winner, it would have been confidence boosting for sure. Good serve down the tee. Return goes in. Swiatek forehand. Straight to Anisimova, who hits a passing shot, but Swiatek with a volley. Too good. 2-love. 2-love, Swiatek. I mean, chat, this is... I mean, I know we're talking a lot about Anisimova, but, like, come on. How good is Iga Swiatek? It's just crazy. This is crazy, chat. This is Iga Swiatek, who everyone a month ago was saying was finished and was no good. And they should sack her coach. Remember Wim Fizette a month ago? You all fired him. You're all like, get him out of there. He's the problem. Get rid of everybody. Redo the team. Everybody in the team sucks. Get rid of all of them. Get rid of the coach. Get rid of the psychologist. Get rid of the physio. Swiatek's never coming back. She's going to lose everything forever. She'll never win another slam or be even in a second round ever again. I remember. 12 months, literally 1 month ago you said this. Not all of you, some of you. And now look at her. And she hits it out. Love 15 love. But now look. Now look at her. She is 4 games away from a Wimbledon title. 15 love. All right, and some over with the fault second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Anisimova, Swiatek forehand to the backhand of Anisimova. Swiatek backhand into that Anisimova forehand. She overhits it though, and it's 15-0. Also, chat, we're almost at 1,000 likes as well, so thank you for that. And also, we hit 257,000 subs as well, so thank you for that. Okay, 18 unforced errors from Anisimova. That has been the story of the match. It's been errors from Anisimova. Swiatek's played clean and played very good. But Anisimova making all the errors. She comes in with a swing volley and hits it in the ground. That is an error. Maybe her worst error. 15-30. 15-30. The crowd go wild. All right. Swiatek forehand into the forehand of Anisimova. Swiatek again with the forehand to the forehand of Anisimova. And eventually, Swiatek makes an error. Anisimova gets the serve. Sorry, gets the point, 30-all. All right, 30-all. So Anisimova serves again. Fault. Second serve. Serve again. Double fault. All right. 30-40. Anisimova is in big trouble. Swiatek to break. As the return goes into the forehand of Anisimova, Anisimova hits a winner. Oh, that was so close. That hit the line. That was so close. Chalk flew up everywhere, but that was so close to going wide. That would have... that felt like it probably would have been it. All right, Return goes into the forehand of Anisimova, but Anisimova hits it out. Advantage Swiatek to take the double break. Advantage Swiatek. Anisimova serves. Fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand Swiatek. Return goes long. And Anisimova gets the deuce. All right, we get back to deuce. Serve again from Anisimova. Here's a fault, second serve. Double fault. Ouch. Alright, advantage Swiatek for the double break. Take the double break. As the return goes to the backhand of Anisimova, down the line to the forehand of Swiatek. Anisimova backhand cross court. Swiatek gets it back into the backhand of Anisimova, who hits it in the net. There it is, 3-love. Swiatek, by the way, is playing a very smart game because Anisimova clearly is making all the errors. But Swiatek is not trying to do anything spectacular. She's just getting it back. Like, she just sliced the ball back deep because she knows that as long as she gets the ball back, Anisimova will eventually miss. So Swiatek is playing a very smart final and is doing exactly what she needs to do, which is just keep asking Anisimova to do something. And if she doesn't do anything, she'll win. If she starts to hit winners, then Swiatek's going to change. But Swiatek is just playing it very, very smart. And she knows that Anisimova is playing terrible at the moment. And she's just getting it back. She's like, all right, keep hitting. When you start hitting winners, then I'll start changing my plan. But love that for Swiatek. She's not trying to get fancy. She's not trying to go crazy. She's not trying to hit winners. She's not she's not, no ego. But she's like, I've got to win this match by hitting winners. She's just like, no, I'm going to win this match. If you play terrible, I still win the trophy. I don't care. All right, Swiatek with a set and 3-love. All right. 3-love. Swiatek dominating the final. At least on the scoreboard, she's dominating the final. And again, just playing the smartest final she knows how. And this could have been ugly. We know how, if Anisimova wasn't making these errors and she was hitting the ball in, it would have been a totally different level that Swiatek would have to play. But again, Swiatek's just like, hey, you're hitting errors. I'll make you hit the ball as many times as you need to hit it until you miss it. Forehand to forehand rally, Swiatek hits it out. Because Swiatek's stats aren't outstanding. Besides her serve, which is going very good, 4 winners, 5 errors is not a crazy level. It's the 18 errors and the 5 double faults from Anisimova. That is her problem. And Swiatek's, again, playing smart. Playing a smart final. Because she knows that nobody cares how you win the final. It's how many you have. There's a bit of backhand to the volley of Swiatek. And Anisimova slices it cross-court wide. And it's 15-0. All right, 15-0. Won't the audience get angry and ask for their money back? Well, you're not in the audience, so who cares? What are you worried about their money? 15-0. Serve out wide as an ace. 30-15. Now, chat. We bring this up every year. No, we don't. We bring it up every Grand Slam. 4 times a year we bring this up. 5-set final. 5-set final. At least a 5-set final. 5-set finals for ladies. 5-set finals. 30-all, Swiatek in the net. And yes, it might be a triple bagel, and yes, it might be bad in the third as well, but at least we're guaranteed 3 sets. Like that, a guaranteed 3-set match in a final. We've got time. It's not like they've got matches after this. It's like after this, it's over. 5-set final for ladies. As the return goes wide from Anisimova, it's 40-30. Totally agree, 5 sets. Oh, sorry, best of 5 sets. And yeah, it could be 6-love, 6-love, 6-1. But so could the men's final. I'd be shocked if the men's final was that tomorrow, but men's finals can be bad like that too. Remember Federer? Remember Nadal versus Ruud a couple of years ago in the final of the French? I mean, there's been bad finals on the men's side, best of 5 sets too, but at least we get the extra set. As we're backing out from Anisimova, that's a winner down the line. All right, deuce. And best of 5 sets, I mean, anything could happen. Five sets allows the opponent to get more comfortable and make more of a comeback. I mean, yeah, maybe. All right, serve to the forehand, Anisimova, return to the forehand, Swiatek, and Anisimova forehand down the line. That's a great shot. Swiatek sliced it back, though. Anisimova backhand. She was in control for a second as Swiatek again, the backhand of Anisimova, backhand of Swiatek to the forehand of Anisimova, into the forehand of Swiatek, and Anisimova forehand of the stretch, goes down the line wide. Anisimova panicked a little bit. Advantage Swiatek. Advantage Swiatek. Swiatek serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault, okay. Back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. Darren.
Come expected an exciting final. I am brushed off.
Well, I don't think it's so personal. Swiatek advantage. Wowza.
This match is clearly exposing Anisimova's biggest weakness, her movement. Iga clearly the better athlete with her foot speed. This is brutal and hopefully lessons are learned.
Yeah, it'll be brutal. It'll be a brutal lesson, but yeah, I'm sure lessons will be learned. Thank you for the donation. Thank you, Kelvin, for the $3. Appreciate it. She is a clown. I put $500 on her to win 10 games. Okay, so that just says that you're the clown. As with a forehand out of the back end of Anisimova, that goes out. 4-love Swiatek. Yeah, if you blame players for your bad bet, then you're the clown. I'm sorry, but you are. There's people that bet on tennis in the chat here, and they do not complain, and they don't blame the players, and they just go, well, you win some, you lose some. But for people that come in here and be like, Anisimova's making me lose. No, you made yourself lose. This is sports. Anything happens. Come on now. You go play the Wimbledon final and get 10 games off Swiatek. Go on. You go play her. You go play Swiatek in the Grand Slam final and get 10 games. Go on. 4-love. As the return goes the backhand of Anisimova, backhand of Swiatek into the forehand of Anisimova. And Swiatek forehand goes cross court. That's a great shot. Anisimova puts up a lob. Goes in. Swiatek puts up a moon ball into the forehand of Anisimova. Backhand of Swiatek. Into the backhand of Anisimova in the net. Love 15. Love 15. So, Chet, let me have a look, because we've had some really good Grand Slam finals on the women's side in recent times. This year, this is by far the worst final of the three. Gauff came back from a set down against Sabalenka. Crazy level of match. Obviously, the Sabalenka-Keys match was crazy earlier in the season. Last year, US Open final between Pegula and Sabalenka. It was good. It was close, right? It was closer than this, 7-5, 7-5. Last year's Wimbledon final 3-setter to Krejcikova. And I'll tell you though, the French Open final last year between Paolini and Swiatek was not too dissimilar to this. It was 2-1, but still, it was a very one-sided match. So it's not like we haven't seen a final, a one-sided final. Even Sabalenka Zhang back in last year's Australian Open was 3-2, and it wasn't even close. Like, Zhang never was in that match. It's just that love and love is a totally different score. Even if it was love and 2, you'd be like, well, okay. There's a 4-4 and rally. Love 30s. That goes in it now from Swiatek, 15-30. So we have had our fair share of one-sided finals. But not this year. This is by far the most one-sided final we've had in Grand Slams this year on the women's side. In the 1000s, we had a one-sided final like this. Anisimova beat Ostapenko in straights, but it was close straights. Madrid final was 4-2 to Paolini. So no, we haven't really had a one-sided 1000 final. This is probably the most one-sided final we've had all year for the big tournaments. There's a 4-4 and rally. Swiatek to the back end of Anisimova. Anisimova hits it out, 15-40. 15-40. Swiatek for a 5-love lead and to serve the championship in less than an hour. Wow. And I know there's a lot of people in the chat being like, oh, Anisimova. Why are we not focusing on how crazy this is for Swiatek? I mean, Swiatek to beat someone in a final love and love, in a Grand Slam final love and love, under an hour. I mean, how crazy is that for her? As Anisimova backhand to the slice, Swiatek, Anisimova comes to the net, hits a slice, Swiatek pass, is a winner, and there it is, 5-love. Swiatek's going to serve for the championship in less than an hour. She's going to be a Wimbledon champion, chat. She's going to have 6 Grand Slams and 3 different slams. And going to Australia next year, she'll be trying to win. She'll be trying to win her career slam. Man. And Anisimova will learn from this. It's a tough lesson. It's a shit lesson. It sucks. But she'll learn. She's had a good tournament. You know, she beat Sabalenka. She came through to the final, first final of a Grand Slam. I mean, everything up until this morning, Anisimova's had a great tournament. She's having a great year. She'll be in the top 10. She's just learning a very tough lesson. And she's very upset. Now, chat, we have to have the conversation. Is Swiatek the best player of this generation? Because if Sabalenka lost to this lady in 3, and Swiatek does this to the same player, how is Swiatek not the best player of the generation? How is Swiatek not the best player of the 2020s? She's got more Grand Slams than anybody in this generation. She hasn't lost a Grand Slam final. She's going to be 6-0, which only the third player to do that in the history of the Open era for the WTA. She's got more titles than any of them. I mean, Swiatek is the best of the generation. Don't be ridiculous. Okay, you tell me why she's not then. Go on. Why is she not? Prove me wrong. 5-love Swiatek to take the Wimbledon Championship in style. As the return goes in the back of Swiatek, and Swiatek hits a wide. Love 15. Barty is retired. Yes, Barty won 3 slams. But Barty is also not here anymore. So how could we say Barty with 3 slams is better than Swiatek with 6? Serve to the forehand of Anisimova. Return the net, 15-all. $15-all. 15-all is with a serve. Yeah. Yeah, look, if you don't like Swiatek, maybe just don't say anything today. Just keep your mouth shut. It's probably not the day to speak negatively about Iga Swiatek. You're not going to win today. 15-all. Serve to the backhand of Anisimova. Return goes forward to Swiatek. Anisimova forehand. Into the back of Swiatek. Anisimova comes in with the drive volley, but overhits it. Just hesitated. 30-15. That was a good setup, though, but too little, too late. 30-15. Also, I think she has a winning record against pretty much every single player besides Ostapenko and maybe someone else that I can't think of as she serves an ace down the tee. But she's got a winning record over pretty much every single player in the world at the moment. Gauff, Sabalenka, Pegula, Palini, Zhang. I think Penko's the only one that has a winning record over her that I can think off the top of my head, like a big record. All right, match point. There's been a forehand. Swiatek down the line. That goes long, and that's one saved. 40-30. 40-30. Championship point number 2. No. 40-30. Swiatek serves. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Return the back of Swiatek. Anisimova. Forehand into the backhand again of Swiatek. Into the backhand of Anisimova. And Swiatek backhand again to the backhand of Anisimova. To the forehand of Swiatek. Anisimova with a forehand cross court. Swiatek goes again with a forehand from Anisimova. Down the line to the back of Swiatek, who goes down the line for a winner, and there it is. Iga Swiatek wins Wimbledon. And she has won 6 Grand Slams so far. And that one was the easiest of them all. Wow. Iga Swiatek wins Wimbledon. Who thought we were going to say that a month ago? A month ago, she was supposed to retire or sack everybody or, I don't know, do something else. She was going backwards. She was dropping in the ranking. She was never going to be back at the top. So quick things happen in tennis. Like a month later, she's a Wimbledon champion. She breaks the year of not winning a title. And she's number 3 in the world again. And she's back. And Wim5Z is not getting fired. Don't make any changes. It's working. And she runs up to the coaches and says, all right, you can stay. Man. She is the best player of this decade. No doubt. Just hugging everyone. All right. GG's. And she's hugging the family, the friends. That's definitely... Oh, she nearly headbutted her sister. All right. And look, yes, it was not a great final for Anisimova. She'll learn. Hey, is that Courtney Cox? Okay, I guess. Sure, why not? Sure. So, why is Monica for Friends watching? She's hugging Monica. What are we watching? Where are we, chat? What? What are we watching? Iga Swiatek. What the hell? What am I doing? Anyways, the whole team are going nuts. They're all keeping their jobs. All right. And she's getting the trophy from the future Queen of England. Anyway, so yeah, the Anisimova will learn from this. It's a shit lesson to learn, but she will. She can only get better. That's the positive. She can only get better. But, man. Swiatek played smart. Could have been easy for Swiatek to go out there and just try and, go, oh, you're playing terrible? Well, I'm going to try and hit winners. Other players would have tried to do that. So Swiatek playing a very smart match by just not... She didn't hit that many winners. She didn't hit that many errors. Just let Anisimova do all the work. Make all the errors. And Swiatek... I mean, that was the best bakery opening of all time. If you are leaving, by the way, don't forget to sub on the way out. We are going to stick around for a little bit because this has been one of the shortest streams of the week. Joe!
Thanks, Cam. Great work. Listening you makes me look smarter.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Thank you for the $10. Appreciate it. Barbara!
Appreciate you.
Thank you for the 2. Appreciate that. Thank you for the nice words.
Can't wait for all excuses why Iga didn't earn this win and how she's not a Wimbledon champion material.
Yeah, I know. It's always going to happen, isn't it? People are going to go, oh, she didn't have to play Sabalenka. She didn't play Gauff. Oh, okay. And Anisimova left the court. She's devastated, which is, fair enough. I mean, she biggest match of her career and she didn't get to do her best. But still, she's got plenty of time to make another final. There's so much. She's not done, right? She's just getting started. Top 10 after this week. And Anisimova still had a great year. Made her first Grand Slam final. She won a 1,000 title this year for the first time. She is doing all right. Can't put up a fight now crying, and you're laughing at that? God, you are the worst person. So sad to see an Amanda upset. Yeah. I mean, look, go to the biggest final of your career and not be able to put on a performance is not be able to play even a little bit of your best tennis. That sucks, But she'll get another chance. She's got time. She beat Sabalenka this week. There was a lot of positives this week to the final, right? Up until the final. People are cruel? Yeah. People are crazy. To laugh at somebody who's clearly upset is stupid. It's so stupid. All right. The Princess of Wales is elegant as always. She just glides out there. She is like she's a princess. So she just glides. You know how they just float across the grass as she shakes the hand of a bunch of random, not random, they're ball kids. They're there. Just glides, chat. She's future queen right there. Cool.
If someone asks why you are a fan of Iga, this is why.
Oh yeah, I mean she's the best player of the 2020s, easily. Also, thank you, Lady SJ, for the 34 months, and thank you, Chidama, for the membership. Appreciate that. Welcome. All right, umpire's getting a trophy. Even Sabalenka knows Swiatek is the best. Well, Sabalenka, I mean, she definitely could have had more slams. If you look at her record, she should probably have 5 or 6. But Swiatek is clutch. She wins the finals. She makes the finals and then she doesn't lose them. So you can't deny that Swiatek is the best. Stop being so hard on Amanda. Yeah, I know. People are being crazy. All right. Anisimova lifts the runner-up trophy. He's going to make a speech. Obviously disappointed. She doesn't know what to do because she's never been in a final before. Never been in a Grand Slam final. She thought she had to do a speech. Iga Swiatek Wimbledon champion, chat. I thought this would be the last thing she'd get. I thought she'd get the Australian Open first, and then she'd eventually get the Wimbledon trophy. Is there a way to only view members' chats? No, I don't think so. Anisimova played a fantastic tournament. Who cares if she lost to a generational player? Yeah, exactly. Now Anisimova's doing a speech. Oh man, it's gonna be hard for her to even speak. No, it's rough. And also, by the way, all those people that want to be an absolute dick in this moment, Anisimova took time away from tennis because her dad passed away. Right? She had a family member at a young age pass away. Took a break from tennis because of those reasons. Came back and has climbed up the rankings. 12 months ago, she was playing the qualifiers of this tournament. So before anybody comes in here and is like, oh, she's terrible, this person's terrible, but just maybe grow a heart and just think a little bit harder before you just start saying words. All right? I know you don't know her, but just show a little bit of heart. The crowd have been kind. Oh, yeah. Classy Wimbledon crowd. She's saying how good the atmosphere's been since her first round match. Again, wild to think that 12 months ago she was playing the qualies. And she was unseeded in the qualies. 12 months ago. Let me check what the ranking was 12 months ago. To just show how awesome it's been over the last 12 months for Anisimova. Won her first 1,000 title this year. Beat Sabalenka this week as the world number one. I mean, first Grand Slam final. So yeah, 12 months ago, Wimbledon last year, she was ranked 189 in the world. She was 231. Actually, at the start of last year, she was in the Australian Open last year, she was 400 in the world. So 18 months later, she's gone from 442 to top 8. And yeah, she was playing qualifiers of tournaments last year because she wasn't getting into the main draw because she was so low ranked. And now she's in the Grand Slam final. She's top 10. She'll be going to the US Open. I mean, American tennis, we talk about how crazy it is already. You've got, 4 players in the top 10 now? 5? 5 of the Americans in the top 10? No, Navarro's just outside. So you've got Gauff, Pegula, Anisimova, Keys, and Navarro is like this close. Only a couple of points away from being number 10. So you got half the top 10 is American. Plus you got Fritz on the men's side and Shelton as well. Tiafoe's this close to being 10. So American tennis dominating at the moment. Maybe they're not winning everything. Well, they kind of are. But American tennis right now is crazy on both sides. I mean, you got 20 players, 10 from the men, 10 for the women. You got 8 players, almost 8 players out of that 20 are American. That's insane. Well, I don't know when it's been that good. Hasn't been that good since maybe early 2000s. Maybe. Maybe late 90s with Sampras and, Agassi and all those. I mean, it's crazy how good American tennis is right now. And Anisimova is still devastated. She'll get another chance. And we'll remember this moment and be like, all right. She'll get a redemption. She's too good not to get to another final. She's too good not to make another final. It's tough. Oh, she's talking to a better mum. Crowder played £1,000 for a 1 hour game. There was a doubles match on before. Did you not watch that? So, by the way, So her mum never comes and watches her matches, apparently. And she said, thanks for flying in and breaking the superstition, but it's not why I lost. So her mum never comes to her matches, apparently. So she's there for the first time. Thanking the whole team now. No, she said it wasn't her mum's fault. Her mum was in the last match with Sabalenka. Her mum was in the last match. I remember. I seen her in the last match. And she beat Sabalenka. So, chat, stop talking about curses and jinxing and just go to Hogwarts. Go back to Hogwarts. Just saying, I'm going to keep putting the work and come back here again one day. Tough speech for a lot of reasons. But she'll be back. As Swiatek lifts that trophy, all right. Chad, is she her? Is she her? Is she her? All right, Swiatek, the Wimbledon champion. Definitely her. She says Swiatek's like super surreal. Want to thank Amanda for an amazing 2 weeks. Congratulate her. After that Collins match, I said to myself, she plays like a Wimbledon champion. Yeah, she destroyed Collins, and that was a huge challenge. We thought, when we watched that match, we thought it was going to be way closer. But she destroyed Collins. Destroyed, but US Open series are going to be so crazy, chat. How is the US Open going to be, chat? We're going to have... All right, let me just paint the picture for the US Open for a second while Swiatek's thanking everybody in her coach's box. So Swiatek's coming into the US Open series as a Wimbledon champion, right? Keys and Gauff are also Grand Slam champions, right? Pegula's the defending finalist. Sabalenka, obviously, number one. Anisimova's got some new confidence going into that US Open series. What the hell is that going to look like? How's she going to play there? And then that's only just like half the top 10. US Open is going to be crazy. Crazy. Who wins it? Who's the favorite for the US Open? I don't know. Who's the favorite? All of them. All of those players I mentioned. They've all got to be favorite. Who the hell's the favorite? Swiatek just speaking Polish to everybody. Keys is the favorite? Maybe. And that's not even mentioning, Zhang, Andreeva, Navarro, who made the semis last year, remember? The US Open is going to be crazy on the WTA. Whereas on the men's side, it's all about sink or ass. We're watching two guys on the men's side. On the women's side, there's about 10 players that could win it. Awesome. It's going to be awesome. Not to mention, the US Open's going to have that many American chances. It's going to be crazy. The Americans are going to be spoiled. I tell you what, I'd love Anisimova to win Canada or Cincy. That'd be awesome. To just forget this final as quickly as she can and win one of those 1000s, that'd be awesome for her. She can win those. Cincinnati's quick. She can hit big. Canada, maybe. Navratilova's there, yep, the queen of Wimbledon. just talking about how she's going to enjoy this moment. And I think she said enjoy the men's final. All right, Swiatek is a 6-time Grand Slam champion. Chat, we gotta praise Swiatek, and I know some of you are like, I don't want to do that. Well, then leave. Leave. Don't be here. We don't want you here if you're not going to want to celebrate players winning. So, Iga Swiatek with that win, she has 3 different slams. She is 1 away from the Korea Slam, which is never ever taken a photo. Love that. She's like, oh, I'm just going to take a photo. She is trying to complete the Korea Slam, which has been done a few times, but it hasn't been done recently. Serena did it back in 2003. She did it 3 times, but the first time she did it was 2003. Sharapova did it back in 2012. So no one's done that. No new player has done that on the women's game since then. We had Steffi, Martina did it as well. Chrissy Evert did it as well. We did Margaret Court and Billie Jean King all won the Korea Slam. Swiatek is only an Australian Open away from doing that. I don't think anybody else is on 3 currently. I think she's the only player active that is on 3, maybe Venus, but I think she's the only player currently that is on 3 different ones because, of course, Sabalenka's only got 2 of the 4, sorry. Same with Gauff and Krejcikova. So Swiatek is an Australian Open win away from completing the set and joining that list of champions. And, I mean, if she wins that, you've got to think she's top 10 all time. On that, at least in the conversation of top 10 all time. She also joins a bunch of players from the amateur era, but she stands alone at 6 slams on the Open era for the ladies. So there is no player in the Open era that has only won 6. Next for her, if she wins another Grand Slam, she'll join players like Venus Williams, Yvonne Goolagong, and Justine Henin. So 7 is an interesting number for all of those. And then, of course, 9, she will join Monica Seles. So those are the next steps for Swiatek. She's on 6. Double digits puts her probably maybe top 5 all time, maybe in the conversation. Not top 5. We're getting a little too... Top 5 is definitely a long way away. She's got to win 3 times as many slams to get top 5. But top 10, 100% is definitely on the cards. Especially if she wins that Korea Slam, sorry. And she can win I've been saying it for the last few years. I thought Wimbledon would be the hardest. If she can win Wimbledon, that would be the hardest for her to do. And I thought she'd probably win Wimbledon last. And that the Australian Open she'd win before that. And I tell you, if she wasn't far away from making the final of Australia this year, which who knows what would have happened in that final against Sabalenka if she had beaten Keys in that semi. So I think she will get the Korea Slam. I think winning this title, and we said this as well when when Sabalenka went down to Anisimova, this was best chance for Swiatek because it has been a tournament upsets. And we had Pegula who had beaten Swiatek. She lost in the first round. Obviously, we lost Gauff in the first round. We lost Paolini, Zhang. Keys losing was huge for Swiatek as well. Andreeva went down as well. Raducanu lost just before Swiatek in the 4th round. That was huge. Obviously, Sabalenka went out in the semis. So a lot of big, dangerous players that Swiatek would have had to play had the seeds not lost. She avoided, which is, again, it's not her fault. Some players get a better slam run and get a better road to the final than others. Had Andreeva beaten Bencic, then she would have had to play Andreeva. Again, would have been a really tough match against Andreeva. Andreeva's been tough. Krejcikova, she lost in the 3rd round. That was a good one to avoid as well. But, yeah. I mean, Swiatek, nobody's going to remember who she beat to get the title. We're just going to remember that she won the title. And that she's got 6 Grand Slams. I mean, chat, tell me everybody who she beat to win the 2022 Roland Garros. You can't. You can only tell me that she won't beat Gauff. That's all. Dutchie.
Hi, Cam. Thanks for a crazy Wimbledon for 2025.
Yeah, that was a crazy women's Wimbledon for sure. Arian.
Cam, I hope for 3 times Carlos wins Wimbledon.
Well, we'll find that out this time tomorrow. We'll be watching that. Hopefully still be going by this time.
Some beatings in tennis are worse than others. Amanda is all class in taking this one.
Thank you for the donation. Yeah, and look, I mean, the analysis of the match is that Anisimova didn't play well. I mean, Swiatek played solid, which, she played as well as she needed to. She didn't overplay, and experience won. Experience won. Also joins, we forgot to mention, Margaret Court and Monica Seles is the only player to win her first 6 Grand Slam finals. So she's again in the Open era. So Swiatek is she is the best player of this generation. You might not like her because she doesn't TikTok dance or do things that you think a number one should do. She's not as outgoing as the other number ones and stuff, but doesn't mean she's not the best. Just because she doesn't do things that you think a number one should do. Not everyone is the same. And her name is already on the board before she even leaves the court. Wimbledon are efficient. Even 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't have predicted this outcome. 100%. 2 weeks ago, after she lost to Pegula, even when she got to the final, people were still saying, Swiatek needs to fire the coach. Swiatek needs to reassess her entire life. You're like, okay. And then 2 weeks later, she wins Wimbledon, and now it's like, now what are you going to say? Now those same people are going to try and say that she didn't deserve it, but, come on now. Swiatek is by far the best player of the 2020s and has got 6 slams to prove it. And I'm not saying that Sabalenka doing TikTok dances and Gauff doing dances is not good. That's great. They're great personalities. We love that. Different personalities, different people, that's fine. But you shouldn't not like Swiatek because she's not like them. That's a silly reason to not like someone. I don't think Swiatek deserves Wimbledon because she doesn't do what I want her to do. It's like, okay, well, doesn't mean she's not good. She lets her tennis do the talking, chat. Anisimova's speech gave me hope she'll be back. Oh, yeah. Anisimova, again, tough lesson. But again, the silver lining for Anisimova, even though it's very hard to find one, the biggest thing is that, and it won't be instantaneous, you won't leave this match and go, well, I played terrible, so that's a good, I could have done something different. A bit in like a week time or however long it takes for her to process this loss. At the end of the day, Anisimova played a bad match, which means that she was in control of this outcome. Does that make sense? Swiatek didn't blast her off the court. The gap between Swiatek and Anisimova is not huge because Anisimova was the one who wasn't playing it to her level. Doesn't mean Anisimova doesn't deserve to be here. She got to the final by beating players. But if Swiatek had beaten her this way by, outplaying her the entire day, that would have been a different thing. Okay, I'm not at that level. Like when Zhang lost to Sabalenka, or even when Paolini lost to Swiatek at the French last year, there was a huge gap in the level change. Even when Gauff lost to Swiatek back in 22 French Open, there was a huge gap. And you're going, oh, well, they're not ready for that yet. They're not at that level. And Anisimova just didn't play well at all today. So you can't, look, with praising Swiatek, but Anisimova is not that far away, right? Yeah, 6-love, but looking at the stats, her game is not, she beat Sabalenka. How did she do that if she's terrible, right? So she'll be back. Gauff was back, right? Gauff had a terrible first final of a Grand Slam. It was devastating. It was underwhelming. And now she's got 2 Grand Slams, right? And she's beaten some big names to get there, right? And Anisimova will get a chance. And also Anisimova playing Swiatek for the first time. There's always a learning curve with that. No, I think anyone, except for Penko, I don't think anyone really beats Swiatek in the first time they play her. She is a different player to the Sabalenka and Gauff and, these players. She has a different, she doesn't give you too many errors. You've got to create chances against Swiatek. 8 winners and 28 errors from Anisimova, and that's it. If you're her coach, you give it a week because you don't want to, you don't talk about this tomorrow. But you look at that 28 errors and you go, you are the reason why the score was bad, which is good because you are the reason how you can fix that. It's in your that match was on your terms. Negative terms, but it was on your terms. Swiatek didn't outplay you. You weren't outplayed by anybody. You lost based on your racket, which sucks because you could have won on your racket. But again, that's a positive spin on a negative double bagel. Yeah, Swiatek ended the tournament with 3 bagels in a row, by the way. That's incredible. This was the first double bagel final since 114 years ago, 1911. What? I mean, Swiatek is the bagel queen, so of course she would do it in a final. All right, you can see there. By the way, 9 different champions in 9 years, something like that. It's crazy it's awesome to see Swiatek's name up there, though. Awesome to see. And chat, I said this when Wim Fizek came on, he won this trophy with Kerber. Wim Fizek, nobody's talking about him now, are they? Nobody's saying shit now. Now he looks like a genius. So Swiatek's number 3 in the world as well after that. And that is that. Double bagel final was Graf. No, I think they're saying Wimbledon final. Wimbledon final hasn't happened for 114 years. According to someone, yeah. Last Wimbledon double bagel final was in 1911. Cam, you called on the coach, Swiatek's coach, props. I mean, look, you can't take credit for something, just saying the coach was employed to help her win Wimbledon. It doesn't work like that, but yeah. But Wim Fizek, like I said when he came on, was there, I think, and again, maybe you can confirm this later, but come on to help her be more aggressive and be less attackable. And yeah, that didn't work on clay. Obviously, she hit a lot more errors on clay than she usually plays, but it worked for this tournament. And she might not have won the French Open or any tournaments on the clay, but she wins Wimbledon, so who cares? Like, who cares what she didn't win? Swiatek will have many more slams. Oh, yeah. For sure. Tomorrow will be the complete opposite. Yeah, I mean, look, tomorrow's final should be incredible. I mean, Sinkeraz never disappoints, so. Yeah, Gauff is still number 2. Yeah, so it still goes Sabalenka, Gauff, and then Swiatek, and then Pegula are the top 4 now. So Swiatek back in that top 3. And like 3 weeks ago, she was number 8 in the world, which is why she was the 8th seed. But now she's back top 3 after a couple of weeks. It just shows how close it was between. I think it was like between 4 and or even 3 and 8. Swiatek just got the worst part of that, but back in the top 3 again. Also, Swiatek just won her 100th Grand Slam match as well. Swiatek just 1,400 points away behind Sabalenka in the race to the finals as well. Yeah. All right. Swiatek is now meeting the behind the scenes of things. I don't know what's getting photos with people. Demario.
The most crazy one I heard. Iga lost number 1. She should retire. XD.
Yeah. Yeah, people say silly things. Cool.
Wimbledon champion for the French Open loss.
Yeah. Yep. Demario.
Can you imagine Sinsash Carno's win streak 6-0? XD.
The reason why it doesn't happen on the men's side is because the serving on the men's side is more dominant, you know. By the way, Swiatek is now a permanent member of the All England Club. She will forever be a in the box, Raw box, and she'll forever be allowed to come whenever she wants to Wimbledon. Forever. That's what happens when you win the title. You get all these extra things. It's not just about big trophy. By the way, the trophy looks smaller than... Isn't the trophy usually bigger? Why does the trophy look small? Is that the replica? I thought the trophy was like this humongous plate. It looks tiny. Is that not the real trophy? Chan, is that the real one? It has to be, right? It looks small. I thought it was bigger. I thought that too. It looks tiny. I know, right? It used to be like this humongous, like, frisbee. All right, Swiatek, greeted by the future Queen of England. It does look small. Yeah, it must be the replica. The replica is 3/4 of the size. So yeah, it must be the replica, which is weird. Where the hell's the real one? Oh, you know what it is? They're writing on the real one. They're engraving the real one. That's what it would be. They'd be engraving the real one. It'd be engraving on the real one. But why wouldn't... Maybe, did they switch it when she came back? Maybe they switched it when she left the court. Like when she left the court, they must have... Because she gets to take it home for a year, right? That's how it works. And then she has to give it back next year. Because I remember Alcaraz bringing it back in his documentary. It's the same trophy, is it? It looks small. I can see like she would have got the photos with the big one and then maybe they like switched it. I don't know. And then they give her the real one on the way back. I don't know. It looks tiny. Then again, maybe it's not. Maybe it is the... actually, now it looks huge. Okay, I'm blind. It looks massive now. All right. Okay. It's just a camera trick. I can't see. For like a second there, it looked this big. It looked like a plate, like a dinner plate. I guess when it's next to the men's trophy, it looks way bigger. Because it's not next to the men's trophy, it looks tiny. When it's next to the men's trophy, it's like, oh, this big, massive, like, frisbee, and then the small little men's trophy with the pineapple on it. The trophy stays in the gallery, that they said. Oh, did they? I thought Alcaraz took it home. Or was that the US Open? Maybe the US Open you're taking home for a year. Do you get the I don't know. I know they get a replica. I know that you get a replica. All right, Swiatek with the frisbee. I keep saying frisbee. It's so rude. Oh, no, Wimbledon, you do get to keep it for a year. Oh, okay, there you go. So you get to keep the real one for a year. Because I know Alcaraz brought it back in his documentary, the Wimbledon trophy. So you get to take the real one home. And then you got to bring it back 12 months later. You get a replica, I know that, but... You don't keep it. No, they don't keep it, but they give it back. Like, you get to keep it for a year. I think. There's a trophy that you get to keep for a year, and then you have to bring it back the next year. It might be Wimbledon, it might be something else. All right, Swiatek getting photos. All right, chat. We're going to get out of here because that's it. That's the women's final. Look, there's going to be a lot of people that thought that was disappointing, and it was. It was disappointing for Anisimova not to have put on her better effort, but I think at the end of the day, we've got to praise Swiatek because if anybody was going to double bagel a final, you would have backed Swiatek to do it because she is the bagel queen. She is it's the Swiatek Bakery for a reason. It's the Swiatek Bakery Company, and she's just opened one on Centre Court Wimbledon on the final day of the women's tournament. So if anybody was going to do it, you knew that Swiatek was going to do it. And the last player to do that in the final of a Grand Slam was Steffi, and Steffi's one of the greatest of all time. So we might, again, I say this every time Swiatek does something and people just keep not wanting to listen. They put their head in the dirt and they're like, I don't want to hear what you say. Swiatek is one of the greatest players we are watching in real time. It's real. This is the player. I mean, you might want to see other players be better, but Swiatek is her. She is the best player of the 2020s. She's got 6 Grand Slams, which is more than anybody else in the 2020s. And she is the generational talent. She is the player of this generation. If you want to go back in time and you look at other generations, other decades, you can point at players and go, that's the best player of this year. That's the best player of that year. That's the best player of this era. This is the best player of this era. Swiatek is the best player of this era. She is this generation player. Now she's got 3 out of the 4 slams. She's going to win the Australian Open eventually, complete the career slam. You know it's going to happen. She's going to get the double digits. She's more than halfway there now. If she can win Wimbledon, she can win anything. Of course, the French Open is still her main domain, but Australian Open is not far off. She can also win US Open. So Iga Swiatek is the best player of the 2020s. Now we've got 5 years left. We're halfway through, but still, she's the best player of the 2020s until somebody else steps up and takes over, which may not happen. And she might end up at the end of this decade with a 1 next to the number of slams that she's got. So that's who we're watching. We're going to appreciate every time she wins because we're going to forget that she won this when she wins the next one. And we forget all about all those French Opens she won because she just won Wimbledon. But she is her, chat. She is her. And she was her first grass court title. She is a junior and, I want to say senior, but it's not the right word, but she's a junior and main draw winner, which doesn't happen very often. Of course, Federer famously did that back in the early 2000s. So she also has lifted the junior and the main trophy. On the women's side, no idea who else has done that, but she's done it. So that's who we're watching. Anisimova, she'll get better. She'll have, she's had a great 12 months. 12 months ago, she was, 300 in the world. She lost in the qualies. She's in the final of a Grand Slam for the first time. She will learn. She will get better. Anisimova will recover from this, even though it's a devastating result. At least at the end of the day, she can say that Swiatek does this to a lot of players and that she isn't the only one who's had to deal with this from Swiatek. She hasn't played Swiatek before this, so that is going to be an extra learning curve, and I'm sure the next time she does play Swiatek or makes the Grand Slam final, it'll be a much better show. But there it is. Wimbledon's women's draw is done, and Swiatek is the champion, and she does it in Swiatek fashion. Men's final tomorrow, 1 match to decide who's going to win that trophy between Sinner and Alcaraz. We get a rematch after a month. 1 month later, we get a rematch between the 2 best players on the planet on the men's side. And it's going to be interesting. Can Sinner get revenge? Can Alcaraz go 3 for 3? It's going to be awesome. I'll see you guys tomorrow for that one. Thanks for joining us. And go Swiatek. She's her. She is her.